Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, hit the sub button to ring the little bell for notification every time I post a video. Leave a like and comment down below if you have any questions. So, what are we doing today? Well, firstly we're basking in some glorious sunshine. 27-28 degrees, absolutely fantastic weather, and it's ideal for what we're doing today because we are at our winter barley. Yeah, we started cutting it about a little over an hour ago, making some good progress, and yeah, not take too long to cut it. This is all the winter barley we have. The rest of our crop is in winter wheat, so yeah, we want this to do as well as it can, because we'd like to have maybe around 40 tonne for over the winter, and then the rest will obviously do in wheat. Also important to get this straw. This is our straw we'll be using mainly for bedding. The winter wheat straw isn't as good a soakage on it as the barley straw, so want to get all this saved in as many of the little square bales as we can. And yeah, so combine's just pulling up here, going to get into possession. We'll have to load over into it and yeah, see how we go. Okay, so we are just heading back to the yard with load number 1 done and dusted. This trailer holds, I suppose we've roughly around somewhere between 10 and 11 ton on board, so yeah, nice enough load. Just going to tip it in. We're tipping in the grain shed for the moment, and what we'll do is then in a week or two's time we'll get it treated. The wheat will actually be going in the shed where I'm tipping it, but yeah, with the fresh barley can go in there for the next week or so, and it'll be moving into the shed next door then once it's actually treated. So yeah, just coming down the lane now. We'll set up the camera and get a couple of shots just as we tip the first load, and yeah, see how we get on. All right, so cutting is finished and we're very happy with how it is done. It has yielded very well. This piece of land that we cut, it's in crop for more than 30 years, possibly closer to 40 years. And we did put some hen dung on it this year, and it really did drive it on, and it's the best yielding crop that we've ever had in it. So fantastic job. There's over 40 tonne here in the shed. So it's yielded in around the 4 tonne mark. We'll know exactly when we bust it, but very happy with how that has done. That's just ideal. And this will do our feed over the winter. So what I'm going to do is have the moisture meter with me. I'm just going to fill it up and we'll test it and see what it yields at. So let's fill her up and see what the story is. Alright, so I'm just going to set you up here in the low loader so we can do a quick test. We have filled it up, and now let's see. I'll put it up here so that you can see it. So we're testing it on barley, and we'll test now straight off. 13.3%. So that's just a little bit. I just dug into it down about a foot into the load, the last tip load of barley, and yeah, that's very, very good. Not the lowest I've ever seen, but still very good. Often had. I've had it at 11% from that field, so yeah, happy enough with that. Barley itself, the grains, really nice sized grains in it, and nicely filled up. All the sun over the last while has really helped with that. So yeah, fantastic. Delighted with that. We're going to be busting this now and treating it probably in about a couple of weeks time. There's no real panic on it now. It's in the shed here, it's safe, the weather's not going to get at it. If it does start raining during the week, it's not going to cause any issues. So 100%. Alright, on to the straw. Let's see how we get on with that. Alright, so I'm going to do a voiceover in this part of the video rather than adding music in, because I think people like to hear a voice talking and explaining maybe certain things of what's going on. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're baling the straw and everything looks okay at the minute, but we had issues. Oh boy, we had big issues. Torturous issues is all you could describe them as. Mostly caused by these large rows of straw. Now, square balers, especially once you get into these larger headed combines. There was an 18-foot header on this combine, which is probably in today's standards isn't massive, but it's still big. And when you put a square baler into that row of straw, can cause you some trouble, especially if you have a good yielding crop like this. It's a good row of straw. And what was happening was there's two issues, right? The square baler, you can see the pickup is full of straw, so you would have wanted, there is a bigger pickup in this is a smaller pickup on this baler. It's a 359. You can get a 459. It's like foot or 18 inches wider or something like that, and it's they're designed for heavier rows of straw. They've got more strokes per minute. You know, they bale faster, and they're designed to get rid of the straw from these bigger rows. So baler was just full of the tilt here, just keeping the straw through it. 2850 is moving at a slower ground speed, which means that the sleigh isn't going to work as well. The sleigh is designed to work on ground speed and the friction of the ground pulling the bale. You see, once the bale drops off there, it relies on the ground to slide it back into position, move the gate, and have the gate moved and in the right place for the next bale coming. But the problem was, in certain areas of the field, or in a lot of the field, was that the bales were coming too fast, and the sleigh wasn't able to get the bales into the right place quick enough to be ready for the next bale. So I done an hour and over an hour on it. My brother-in-law Alex done, I don't know, he done an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes on it. And Pete, now you can see him here walking alongside, he's doing, he done probably half an hour, 45 minutes on it as well. So just all trying to do a spell at it to try and keep it going. It wasn't simple. It was extremely hot, so the sun was burning down on you. You were battling to get the bales. There was actually two of us in the bales there for quite a long time, and it took the two of us to keep it right. It actually wasn't as bad here in the middle of the field as it was over on the right hand side, the other side where those jeeps and trailers are. So It was not simple. We're probably, if we're going to stay, we probably have a decision to make whether, if we're going to keep at square bales, we're going to need one of the sleighs with the belt-driven floor on it. You can see there that it's blocked up, but we're going to need a sleigh with belt-driven floor where you can double the speed on the belt than what your ground speed would be, and it'll get rid of the bales quicker, and possibly even get the wider pickup to baler as well. So we have a decision to make on that, either that or quit the small square bales altogether, and move on to big squares. We would like to keep at the small squares. We have a lot of customers for them. We're building up more customers. A lot of people inquiring about them. So to move straight away from them isn't something we want to do. We would like to, if anything, I would like to actually build up a customer base for square bales, and to have maybe a guy who'd like 100 bales, just to have them in the shed, nice and handy, so you can bed a stable up, bed a pen up really easily. You know, if you have a cow calf late at night, they are very handy to have, and it is something that I'd like to maybe specialise in, if you like, and to supply a lot of farmers with 50 or 100 bales, you know, that kind of a thing. Might be something that we'd work on maybe a bit more on, promoting that in the future. So it is something that we're going to have to decide on, and we'll see what happens on that. Here we are now, we're just loading up the last of the straw. This was actually a couple of days later. The weather has just been unbelievable. We've been lucky to have it like this for doing the work, but probably if it was 5 degrees cooler and still sunny, we would have been better off, because it would have been a lot easier for us all to work in. Easier in machinery as well. You know, when it's that much hotter, machines can warm up easier as well. And not that we have no issues at all, but just it's something that you're always conscious of, especially when the weather's really hot. You're always keeping an eye on the temperature gauge on machines, and it's just something else to watch out for. Yeah, so that's that. I have got a little bit more footage now of drone footage of loading up some bales. I'll put a bit of music over that, and we'll come back to you then towards the end.
I just realized I've built walls a mile high to protect my heart, but now I'm all alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been too scared that I'd unravel. Brick by brick, I built these walls. Now I know that I am strong. Just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. Watch me march. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? I criticize I know I can't hide, 'cause then I'd be alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been too scared that I'd unravel. Brick by brick, I built these walls. Now I know that I'm enough. Just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. Watch me march. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love?
So the winter barley straw, when we did get offloading it, here's where we put it, in the shed here where the 3650 work is going on. It's also a bit of machinery shed. I know it's not ideal. I know the straw should be in the shed on its own, but it's what we have at the minute. We do need a machinery shed put up, and that's on the list at some stage. But it's hard to do everything. But so this is the way it's been for the last number of years. We put the straw in here. Works well enough, and just have to be careful putting tractors in and out of it that you don't cause a big fire. So yeah, that's what we have in winter barley straw at the minute. We will fill it the rest of it up with wheat and straw in a number of weeks when the wheat is fit, and we're baling that, so you'll see lots more on that in a number of weeks time. Go down the bottom shed and I'll show you the loft down there. So cow shed is in the process of getting washed out at the moment, along with all the other work that's going on. So you can see a whole wash up, clean up job is going on that at the minute. The tipping trailer, old tipping trailer is parked in here, just getting the dung thrown into it. So it's just one of those jobs. But you can see the loft is almost full of straw. We are going to fill up. It needs about another 35 bales just to fill up this corner. And we also have a little bit of hay here as well, because it's great to have the straw here for when calving is going on in the springtime. Bang the bales down, you can bed the whole place in a few minutes. And to have a bit of hay there as well is worth its weight in gold. If you have a cow that calves at 2 o'clock in the morning, the last thing you want to do is start having to go graping and borrowing silage in. Have a few nice bales of hay there, throw it down, feed her, and yeah, it's really handy to have. Sometimes too, just if you've them few bales, you can feed the cows that's in at the back with their calves, and it's just less hassle. So we stuck about 100 bales of hay up there, and really good job. You might also notice on the roof, we washed out the whole roof, and we had an issue with dripping going on the roof over the bales. So when the bales was in there, the water would drip down onto them, cause them to go bad. Them top row bales cause them to go a wee bit bad. You get a wee bit of growth in some of them, especially if there was some barley in it. And we've gotten it all sprayed with an anti-drip, like a foam. The other issue that we also had too was that this floor that is in there, it's probably in there close to 10 years. It started to go rotten as well. So we had to replace the whole floor as well. That's why you see the lights are all hanging down. We had to pop them down out of the way just when the flow was going in. So yeah, a lot of different jobs going on over the last week or so, and I think that'll be a really good job. It'll stop all the drip happening, save the timber, save both the hay and the straw, and yeah, ideal job for what's needed there. So yeah, super, very happy with that. Okay, so the last part of this video, my friends over at Olight have sent me out a lovely light to have a little look at in a second. They're running a large summer sale which begins on July 26th at 8 p.m. It's running until 30th of July at 11:59 p.m. So you've got a few days to purchase a light. There's a huge sale on. I will read out some of the items that are on sale. There's like a 20% discount, I think, across the store as a whole, but some of the lights, including this Warrior X Turbo, it's a fantastic light. I think it's nearly 40% off on that. So huge savings to be made if you're looking for a light in this summer sale that they're having. But first thing we'll do is we'll open up this light, have a quick look at it, show you what's in the box, and yeah, we'll go through some of the sale items then as well. Okay, so this is the Olight Warrior X Turbo. So this is fantastic light. It's an extreme distance tactical light. As you can see on the box, there's a throw of 1,000 meters. There's 1,100 lumens is the max. So this is a good light. This is a proper farmer's light. So if you're into lambing your sheep outside, if you're calving outside, if you're looking for a light, a long distance light, then this is the one. This is designed. It actually works two ways. There's a wide beam for when you're walking around and you want to see just in front of you, but there's also then in the center there's a far off beam as well that you can shine. It shines 1,000 meters, so you can look along ditches and you've got loads of light with this. Lovely design, nice handheld grip here on it. Turn it on and off here, so you can kind of see. That's what I was talking about, the two beams. So there's this outer wide beam which shines on the whole area when you're walking, and then this is the strong beam here. Now this is daylight, so you can see how strong this is. Like, look at it. Bit daylight, you can see it over on the other side of the shed. So very strong very strong light. A couple other things that comes in the box itself. Of course, you have the carrying case for the light. In the box itself, you see some of the usual features. Little lanyard just for, you can put it on and tie it onto your wrist, just leave it easier to carry. We also have the fantastic Olight system for charging, magnetized, just plugs into USB, so that also comes with it. Very good charging system on the light. There's a little ring here where you can change. You can screw off this here part of the light. This is like, it's almost like a big nut on it, and you can put this on. This just gives you a better grip, or a different kind of grip. So yeah, that's kind of what comes in the box. Super light. If you're looking for a flashlight, a long distance flashlight, this is the job. This light has got a 5 or 5.5 hour charge time, which is fairly understandable because there's a fairly big battery in it. It is a big light, throws out a lot of light, and it takes a bit of time to charge it up, so that's all very understandable. This light in the current sale, up to 40% off on it. So if you're looking for a good light, this is a big chance for you to get it. The evenings have started to change already. They're starting to get darker earlier. It's not going to be long till we're going to need flashlights and extra lighting, and that comes around very fast as well, you know. So may not be this kind of deal later on in the year. So it's a big chance for you to save a lot of money and buy yourself a really, really good light. This light, 40% off. There is other sales. Hold on a second, I'll just have a little look. Across the website, they're giving like 20% off on most lights. So again, big saving on a lot of different lights. If you're looking for a small light, there's lots of deals there too. You need to go onto the website really and have a look and see. There's a Perun kit with an i3T light as well. So that's a couple of lights all in one, and there's up to 50% off if you buy that in a bundle. So you need to get onto the website, see exactly what all deals that there is, and make your purchase. There is an affiliate link down below, so if you go in through that link, I do make a small commission on any purchase you make when you go in through that link. So if you can do that, that's great for me. It helps out the channel, allows me to maybe buy some new camera equipment and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, go in through that link if you can. As well as that, if it's a case that you're looking at this video after the sale has ended, you can get 10% off on anything on the website, on the Olight website. Jerry10 is the discount code that I have for that. There's details of that also in the description below. So again, if you miss out on it, you still get to save some money if you're looking to purchase a light. So yeah, get over there, check it out. Olight, been working with them now for about 18 months and love all the stuff that they have, and delighted to be partnered up with them. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot in it, a lot going on. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the sub button, leave a like on the video, comment down below. All that stuff helps the channel, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. See you later in the week. Have a good week.